This message is for President Trump. Since you came down that escalator, my life has been a living hell, and I fought through it because I am a fighter. I am livid over what you just did to Marjorie Taylor Greene. I voted for you 3 times. I attended every rally in D.C. on my own dime. The amount of money it cost me. I stayed at your hotel at Trump, D.C., sir. $700-800 a night. No discount for the military. Do you know that? Did you guys know that Trump hotels do not give military discounts? Our country's suffering and you keep talking about all these things you're doing. I don't feel it at the grocery store. I need a Valium and a vodka to even go to the grocery store because I look at my card after spending $200 and I'm like, what the fuck did I just buy? You literally had a communist in your office and you were kissing his ass. I never thought I would ever say this, but I'm no longer a Trump supporter. You're a fucking disgrace.
Trump's approval rating has tanked in the past few months now, and it is very interesting to see how many Trump voters have come out and said that I no longer support President Donald Trump and the entire MAGA movement. And by the way, this has been going on all year, but it's been ticked up so much more within the past few months, especially with the Epstein fiasco, as well as the government shutdown, with the whole Mondani election, and there's so many other reasons as to why. Also, him lying and saying that the cost of living and the grocery prices are cheap as well. Like, there's so many reasons why. But at the same time, when we see videos like this, and there's many more videos that you're absolutely going to enjoy, but at the same time, when you see videos like this sparks a huge concern and a huge question of, like, it really is getting bad, this fact that you see so many of MAGA who are flipping sides. And it sucks to see that we're even in this position in the first place, but this is what's going on right now within the United States.
Trump keeps saying that we're back. We're back. Hottest economy, we've never been better. Reports out today that in record numbers, people are having their power bill. They can't pay the power bill. They're having the power shut off. They can't pay for it. How bad is this going to get? I often wonder. Like, he is so out of touch with America.
Yeah, they can't pay their power bill. They can't pay their rent bill, so they're getting evicted. They can't pay their car notes. You got healthcare prices skyrocketing through the roof. Grocery prices skyrocketing through the roof. Yes, this is what's going on the grounds. And guys, we've been saying this for a long time now. And the fact that this administration acknowledged that at the beginning of the year, and now they made it seem like they flipped the script and within, 11 months out of the year, like, oh, everything is great now. It's that portion of it. It's not that people didn't recognize that the cost of living was already crazy from the beginning. It's the fact that they are still making it worse with some of the decisions that they are deciding to making right now. That's all. I truly think that's what it is. And people are finally, and I'm so thankful. I'm so glad that so many people are starting to wake up, right? Like, and it's not in the fact of, oh, turn against Trump. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. I'm not telling people to hate Trump or whatever case is. That's not the case. But guys, this blind identity politics, that has to go because it's not helping anyone whatsoever. Sit back and look at policy. Sit back and form an educated opinion instead of being so gung-ho and held in on Fox News. That's all I'm saying.
PSA, if you were one of my followers just because I supported Donald Trump, you can kindly leave. I no longer support Trump. I no longer support the Republican Party. I don't support the Democratic Party and anything they stand for. I support God. I support the truth. And that's who I'm standing with. I gave him a chance. I don't like the way he's moving. He's done plenty of things I didn't like. But the final straw was the final straw.
Yep, and that final straw is, finally here for so many Americans. And my biggest question for her and specifically so many other people who supported this whole movement, like, what were some of the policies? Like, what were some of the things that made you go out and vote for this entire administration? We're here now. There's nothing like, I'm not saying any kind of hate their way, but like, what were those policies that were so important that, caused so many people to flip to the other side? You had a record number of Democrats come out and flip sides within this past election because, I guess they thought that, President Joe Biden and, that administration was apparently the worst. And it seems like people just completely forgot and flew over their heads that, we went through a pandemic. We went through probably one of the worst pandemics we've probably seen in the entire history of the United States, potentially. I don't want to discount any other ones previously before, but people seem to forget those different things. But anyways, I'm not saying that, that administration was the best by any means. That's not what I'm saying. But when we talk about people flipping their votes, those swing states, those blue states that turned red, like those things truly matter.
Not a person that is normally conflicted. Think I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of depth, a lot of sources, a lot of context. And when I do get conflicted on something, I just have to go to God with it and pray about it a lot. And then go to that place that King David talked about, the quiet place, the Most High. And then I'm going to make my decision. And I mean, if God tells me tonight, I'll make my decision. But I am seriously inches away from not supporting Trump anymore. Because I am not going to watch him commit political suicide.
Yeah, and this is Alex Jones right here, guys. And I mean, he's supported Trump pretty much this whole time. And now, I mean, he's sitting back and watching a lot of these things unfold. And I'm very curious, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys think that we're ever going to see those Epstein files come out? I got a theory that there's going to be some kind of loophole that's going to come out, some kind of investigation or something that is going to happen that is going to cause that whole fiasco to just get swept under the rug once again. Even though he signed it, it just doesn't make the dots are not connected in my book. But hey, maybe he will.
I didn't vote. I don't vote, but I did want him to win because I thought he was going to do the right thing for our community.
You supported President Trump only for this to happen to your husband?
I didn't support him. I didn't vote for him, but I like I said, I thought he was going to do the right thing at first. But once I started seeing all this and it happened to me personally, I was like, wow, like it's crazy how this is really happening.
Now, I'm not going to show this entire video because it may get, censored or whatever the case is, but she supported Trump and she couldn't necessarily vote. I don't know if she's maybe illegal or something or whatever the case is, or not illegal, undocumented immigrant or whatever the case is, right? What caused her not to go out and vote? That's a very good question. But at the same time, her husband winded up getting, arrested by ICE. And now she's like, okay, this isn't what I wanted. Like, I didn't support this. And the amount of Hispanic, people of Hispanic descent, that came out and voted in record numbers this year for the Republican Party has to seriously be studied. Like, what was it that was so important that so many people decided to go out and, support these? Like, I see a lot of these videos, as I see the things that are going on in Charlotte, North Carolina, and now they're headed down to New Orleans right now to begin their operations down there. The things that I have seen going on to where they're going after these specific people. It's targeting people of color. When I see videos like that, it truly makes me wonder, like, why did these people come out in record numbers to vote against this person, right? It's crazy. It never made sense to me whatsoever. But the only thing I can connect the dots is truly, they didn't want to vote for the other candidate, or they didn't want the other candidate to come into office, right? And that is the biggest thing, right? People don't look at policy anymore. People don't look at what the people are talking about. They just look at the person, their skin, and what they look like. I guess that's it, right? Because I've always said this, and people say, oh, who did you vote for and who did I support, whatever the case is. Yeah. People were not ready. And this is the honest truth. And this is my opinion of where we are within the country. And, we saw this again with Hillary Clinton as well, right? People were not ready for, one, a female president, and let alone two, African or American, or we can just say a black female president, right? Because I think she's from Jamaica and as well as like India or whatever case is, right? But a black female president, people were not ready for that. So I think that is one of the biggest reasons why we saw, so many other people come out in record numbers for this whole administration, as well as, Turning Point USA flipping a lot of college students and, I guess waking them up and bringing them to the Republican side. Because, yeah, Turning Point and the things that Charlie Clark were doing made a whole lot of people turn red within this past election. But now we're seeing that people say they no longer support. So we'll see where the entire, economic scale goes from here. And I'm not, and one more disclaimer, I'm not saying that everybody's flipping on Trump. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. But you have a subset of this entire community, this entire MAGA movement, this entire place that is finally starting to wake up.
Everyone was poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Smart people don't like me, you know, and they don't like what we talk about.